Joining me now is former MMDA top official Tim Orbos. He's speaking to us over the phone. Good afternoon, sir.
Hi, good afternoon, and thank you for inviting me to your show.
Sir, I'll go straight to the point. As a former general manager and acting chairman of the agency from 2014 to 2018, what do you think is the problem here and why do we have this problem?
Well, first of all, there is already an existing law that requires all buses to terminate in the so-called provincial terminals. In this case, the one in the Philippine Arena and the one at PTEX. That's basically the law. That's the certificate of public convenience which they have, which means that's their route. Now, from what I understand, the MMDA allowed them to use again their old terminals on times that are so-called non-prime or
right during the Holy Week, sir.
Yes, and also the Holy Week, right? So, but for this week, I think what was given to them would be the 10 to 5 in the evening up to the morning, which is basically the time where we don't have traffic on EDSA. The thing is, MMDA is mandated to look after traffic management, and it's really very impossible right now to utilize the same terminals that they used to have before, for the simple reason that it's not just traffic, but we have the EDSA carousel. So talagang mahirap na silang pumasok sa EDSA. Now, I think at the end of the day, they need to really sit down, and government is there, and the bus operators to really thresh out this problem. But honestly, going back to EDSA, these buses right now will be very difficult to happen, to accomplish, given the fact that you have already the EDSA carousel there.
Right. Sir, so if you were to address this issue, how would you solve it?
I think what is needed, first of all, if you look at the plans of the DOTR, the terminals really make sense. And in fact, you have the railways that would be beside it, therefore lightening up the problem of commuting back and forth these terminals. The problem here is that probably there needs to be an augmentation of city buses to and from these terminals at this point in time, while you don't have the proper transport that would be in place.
Right.
So I think what would be needed here, rather the problem is really EDSA. First of all, it's really EDSA. So I think maybe allow a sub-terminal somewhere in Caloocan where you can ferry passengers back and forth to the city. Maybe they can even bring their transport there, but definitely not use all the individual bus terminals along EDSA.
Right, sir. So it's decongesting EDSA, you would say.
EDSA is the problem. That's about, imagine if right now you have all the city buses on the left, and then you're left with about 4 lanes. One even is a bike lane. So and then all the 42 terminals are there on the right. So definitely it's impossible. So have a solution that is non-EDSA based, and I think we can have a temporary solution until we have the final infrastructure in place.
Sir, in your opinion, would you say that there's enough communication between transport agencies or even overlapping functions?
I think we do. LTFRB, based on the statement by the executive director, and MMDA by the statement of Chairman Artes, they've been talking. And I know also for a fact that the bus operators have been talking as well. I think what they should always, especially the bus operators, I'm sorry to say, let's not use always the commuters as our excuse.
Right.
We need to, the permits that you have are not yours. That's why it's a certificate of public convenience. It's a franchise. It's not yours to own. It's a government can take it away. But having said that, why not explain to the government in your terms really how the government can help you?
Right.
Government has subsidized the EDSA carousel.
Sir,
And
let's...
for a certain amount.
Right.
Why can't the government also subsidize the provincial buses? That can be something to work on.
Right. Sir, let's talk about the lack of public transportation. Obviously, it's aggravated commuter woes in the country. Aside from offering free rides, which is a short-term solution, what do you think should be done to finally solve this problem?
That's a tough question. It's really they say it's a tough question because you need to consider a lot of things. Basically, from city planning. But let's go to what we can do right now. Definitely, I agree with you that free rides won't help.
Right.
I think what you need is a central city terminal that should not be on EDSA, but somewhere should be maybe another place like Caloocan or along the Skyway of Mr. Ramonang. Maybe there you can put a central terminal where you can have all the commuters be ferried back and forth,
right,
whether by train or by bus, leading to the provincial terminals outside the city. We cannot really bring back those buses here. 10,000 po yun. At the time when I was in MMDA, that was about 5 years ago, 10,000 na yun. So imagine now, we cannot afford to do that. So if we can have a central terminal, that can be a BRT. BRT would be the best. Then that would resolve the problem. And the cost not be borne by or carried by the commuters, but rather
right,
the bus operators or subsidized by government. Anyway, successful transport worldwide is always subsidized by government.
Right. Okay, former MMDA General Manager Tim Orbos, thank you for your insights.